boss at the National Cathedral Secretariat, says we have the contractors and their staff on site, but the work has been suspended. We are hoping that within the next couple of weeks, as part of our fundraising and other initiatives, we can begin work again. That's Dr. Paul Okukumenta, is Executive Director of the National Cathedral Secretariat. But $40 million, just around that figure, if you will. That's how much we have gotten in terms of donations. But the project has come to a standstill. I don't know. How does government feel about this project coming to a standstill now? Helen, I'll start with you.
Government, I don't think government feels anything. I mean, the National Cathedral was a project started by government. And we did tell our Ghanaians that it was going to be partially, or the seed money was coming to come from government, and then the rest of the money was going to come from donations from the Christian community. Secretariat was set up, run by people from the Christian community, renowned pastors and all those. So they are now running the whole show. Government's involvement gradually is winning off, or has practically wind off. And government did tell Ghanaians that the seed money will provide, the land we would provide. But going forward, it's up to the Christian community to do this. The
president said he will provide land, government will provide land, but not the seed money was his money, not government money.
Whichever, it has been provided. And then the donations have started coming in. So now if the Secretariat is telling us that they've paused and that they are waiting for more donations for it to be built, I think we just have to ask the Secretariat to give those who donated an account of what the money was used for. So which level are they now? What have they done? They have to tell us. You just can't tell us you got all these donations and you have paused because you don't have money. So what did you use the money for? Did they also explain? Or have you asked them? At what level are they? Are they done with the foundation? Are they done? We have to ask all those questions. But if you ask me, how does government feel? Government started this project, handed it over to the Christian community, set up a secretariat, and they are supposed to manage it.
In 2020, government, while we were fighting COVID, government advanced monies to them without the prior approval of Parliament. I mean, that matter came up. Surprisingly, each time the secretariat talks, when they had their 1 week celebration, they never have mentioned anything about that. Safe to say that, well, they say that's, I heard Professor Opoku say, that's government's problem. They are just interested in completing the project.
Did they get the money?
But monies were advanced without the tacit approval of Parliament. That's illegal.
We have already discussed it, sorted it out. And if any Ghanaian feel it is illegal, that's why the courts are there. Let us take government to court and ask government, on which basis did you advance these monies to the National Cathedral? I am not for a government
that comes with what a certain fiscal discipline law of a cap of 5%. You're proving to us that you are protecting the public purse. Is this how to expend state funds?
Let me finish my statement. This issue came up. Government gave its response. Everybody else, including the media, took a dig at the government. Government said, I've given the money to the National Secretariat of the National Cathedral. It was explained how come they got the money. Whether you agree or you don't agree, I don't think this is the time for me. I would want to get into that. Now, the Secretariat is being run by competent people. And they have come to tell us that they are on break because they don't have enough money. Now, the question I want us to ask them, and I think you should have asked them, one, how much did you get? And that's what they have brought. What did you use it for? I mean, going back into the past, for me, I don't give it. What did they use it for?
The president said, I will protect the public
purse. What did they use it for? Those are the questions.
We will get to the donations. I'm asking a critical question about...
Johnny, you don't ask me that question.
You're representing the government.
You don't, and I've told you that when this issue came up, all of us took a dig at government.
But that didn't solve the problem.
Those who insulted government insulted. Those who didn't have facts said what they wanted to say. We have gone past that. The money has been given.
When you say we have gone past that, what do you mean?
Has been given.
What do you mean when you say we have gone past that?
I mean we have gone past that.
That government can decide without the approval of Parliament.
Is it true
to give money?
Is it true that government even decided without the approval of government?
That's what the parliamentarians are saying.
That is what they are saying. But government came out to tell you through the Ministry of Finance that this is the reason why we give it. You have all those, so you don't ask me those questions now. What you ask me is that these monies have been given, And you say, what is government feeling about?
I can't ask you to be accountable. Is that what you're saying?
What's government?
I can't ask you to be accountable.
Right now, you ask me, what is government feeling
right.
about the fact that the project is now at a standstill?
Right.
And what I'm saying, that government said, I'll give you land. I'll give you seed money. That has been given. What is the Secretariat doing? How much did they receive? They said we've received about 40 million.
Right.
What have they used it for? Going into the past to dig gap with the past, I don't think will solve the problem as it is. So what is their problem? Is it that they are not getting enough contributions? And then what measures are they putting in place?
I am at a loss how you want us to wish this away.
We are not wishing it away.
State funds
there are ways in
which have been applied, without the tacit approval of the representatives of the people. And you want us to wish it away and say because people took a dig at government is in the past we should forget?
We are not wishing anything away. There are ways in which government accounts for state funds. We have times and periods government accounts for state funds. We are just in the process where the public, the Auditor General is telling us what the money, some monies that has gone to institutions have been used. So let's wait. When the time comes for government to account for the use of state funds, including the use of monies given to, the National Secretariat, they'll account for it. Right now, the Secretariat have come out to tell us that they put the project on suspension, and the reasons why they have put it on suspension. I'm saying that we should ask them, so the monies you received, at what level, the project, where are we now? Or are we still going on to debate? Should it have been built? It shouldn't have been built. Should money have been given? We have
the questions you're asking, should that not be the preoccupation of the president, especially when he told us that he made a personal pledge to God that if he gives him a second term, he will build him a cathedral. If the cathedral has hit a snag, the president should be worried because it is a pledge between him and his God.
Right now, you are bothered about the president's pledges.
That's why I'm asking. Well,
you are not.
Pledges that are funded with my money.
The president, after making all those pledges and going through the process, has set up a secretariat that is working on it. The secretariat has come out to give you details
and
of what
use
is going
my
on.
money.
And
it's part of it without my permission.
You have a right to ask the Secretariat question. Of course, I know the president would also have issues, and he has a right to also ask them. And that will come out. Just yesterday, the Secretariat just came to tell all of us what is happening. Now, you have somebody who is responsible for doing that. You haven't finished asking that person questions on what he did with the money, what he's doing with it. And now you are taking a dig at the president again.
I'm not taking a dig at the president. Good. The president makes... No, I think that you are trying to move the president away from it.
Of course.
This whole...
Until the Secretariat, we all go through it. We go through their spending and what they have done because they are still using government of Ghana's money. They are using our money. And then we realize that some monies have been misused or they didn't use the monies for what they are supposed to. Then you can bring in the president and the government. What sort of oversight responsibilities do you have? Right now, the person is still working. We haven't audited the account. We don't even know what they did with the money. And you are taking a dig at the president.
Would we have had this whole National Cathedral project if the president had not first made a promise to his God and forced it upon us to use our monies without our permission?
I said, and I'm still saying it again. Whatever be the case, we have gone past that. Our monies are already in the project. When you say
we have gone past that, I don't
He's
understand
already made the promise.
So
the project has started. So right now that you're going into the past, should we go and undo the project or we should stop doing the project?
Is that how to protect the public purse?
That's not a matter of fact. That's not a question you should be asking me how to protect the public purse. We vote for presidents. We vote for governments. We want them to do projects. They come with their proposals. That's in the manifesto.
Right.
And then they work on it.
This was not a manifesto.
They come with what they want to do. You do not tell the president when he was coming and he was going to see Ghanaians to vote for him. He put out a lot of things, including those that were in the manifesto and those that were not. He has implemented them. Are we now trying to say that we want to regulate what presidents and political parties should do? We don't have that regulation. So a president comes in with his political party. They decide to do this. You might not agree with what they are doing. My point now is they have done it. The project is is there. Are we going to leave the project because we don't agree with him?
But did we ask for a cathedral?
It's not a matter of whether you asked or you didn't. A lot of governments come and do things you didn't ask for.
Well, but this was a personal pledge.
Right now, But I don't want to debate whether it was personal.
Why are you running away from that?
That is not the point of discussion now.
But why are you running away from the fact that we would not have had the cathedral if it's not a personal pledge?
Whether it was he in his capacity as president of Ghana, with his government and his cabinet, decided to do this job. They have done it. They went to Parliament with the proposal. The Parliament approved. They have started. Are we not interested in making sure that the project is finished? You are rather continuously going back into the past to find out whether he should have done it in the first place. Is there any law that stops the president from putting up projects, including cathedrals?
So the new trick is that start what is
illegal. And then you know, maybe this our time.
We should complete
but it. But all these people wearing these Vietnam suits, they make you people think they're intelligent. They don't have the intelligence to run this economy.
As illegal.
Any spending must be approved by Parliament.
And where is the proof that it wasn't approved by Parliament?
Not. Have you read the hazard? Have you read the hazard? Have you read the hazard?
I don't have that proof. My point is, the president, we voted for him. He has a right, like all other governments, to start projects. He has started this one. You might not agree with him. You might not like it. There are a lot of people who don't like free SHS. He has started it. So we look into it. Are we going to let what he started go down the drain? Or we are going to finish it up by asking the people who have been put in charge of the project, what's going on?